If you thought Obito as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki was badass, wait till you see Naruto in an Iron Man suit. But first, check this out.
You don't need a fancy suit or to work at a Fortune 500 company to look like the Monopoly guy. You just need a shitty hat and a monocle to make that happen. But if you want to look like a boss, then check out the Executive Razor from Dollar Shave Club. It has 6 high-quality stainless steel blades and a moisturizing strip, and you can check it out at dollarshaveclub.com/SKG. Shave time, shave money, and look like a sexy motherfucker doing it.
So yeah, we sat down to watch this week's Naruto episode, and Corey got me all pumped. He's like, man, Mecha Naruto's gonna be in this. It's gonna be awesome. He shoots missiles and has machine guns and laser hair and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait to sit down and watch this. And then as soon as it gets going, well, the beginning is awesome. First
the beginning is great.
The beginning is great. It's really serious. The Akatsuki theme is back, which is, to me, one of the most, like, ominous, like, soundtracks in Naruto. Is very, like, impressive and, like, grand and everything. And Orochimaru is there, and he's, like, creating this Frankenstein beast, and he has a kite flying in the wind, and lightning strikes it, and it comes alive, and it starts choking him, like, turns on the master. Total Frankenstein stuff.
Exactly.
And then Akatsuki ends up running across it because it blows up the whole facility. And then Pain uses one of his 6 paths to, like, bring it back. You know, the big head that comes up and the tongue comes out and grabs it and then rebuilds it. And they're like, it's better, it's stronger. And they send Itachi to use this thing to go to the village to capture Naruto and the Ten Tails, or Nine Tails. And then Itachi is, like, talking to it. And you're like, wow, that's kind of weird. Why? Because Itachi kind of likes Naruto. So, but that actually comes up later. And the beginning is just super serious, but it slowly deteriorates into a slapstick fest of bullshit, you know?
I mean, if anything, it's a great way to see some of our favorite characters that we haven't seen in a long time. A lot of the old standbys like Kiba and Choji, Shikamaru, and Neji. But the opponent this week, Mecha Naruto, is just goddamn silly as hell. Like, the thing about Mecha Naruto that I was kind of, like, surprised about is because obviously this special was made to promote the brand new Naruto Shippuden fighting game, which does have Mecha Naruto in it. And basically the whole point of Mecha Naruto is that Orochimaru was trying to create like a small compact version of the Geto Mazo statue that can eat chakra, and then the Akatsuki turned it into a robot, and they spent a lot of time making that thing look like Naruto for some very strange reason, and they decked this thing out with so many powers it's crazy. So Mecha Naruto just arrives in Konoha like a freaking bomb out of the sky and starts destroying everything, and at first you're like, oh man, this is serious as shit. Konoha's getting destroyed for like the 18th time, and all these characters are going to have to come in and fight, and they're all getting their asses handed to them. And then eventually they're able to draw it away from the village, and then Tsunade comes up with this crazy plan where they're going to try to draw it away and destroy it. And this is where things start to get really silly, because basically Mecha Naruto starts to fight against each of these individual characters one at a time. And he just spanks all of their asses and makes them look stupid.
They don't even get a hit in.
Barely any of them even get to do anything. Some of them is just like, really? That is so out of character for that person. But like the first one, like when they're running away from the first time, there's Shino. And they tease him at the beginning of the episode, making him seem like he's going to be badass and do something great.
I've been training.
And he tries to use his bugs against this flying Mecha Naruto, which shoots this huge missile at him, which turns into a big cluster missile, and then it just fries him, and he's sitting there like a damn cartoon character all black and crispy, and he can't even move anymore.
And then the graphics. That's the funniest thing. That's like an artistic theme all throughout this episode. It's like, douche, douche, defeated, you know? And then, like, it goes to the next character. And they're just, one by one, getting taken out. What was your favorite, though? Because we could walk through each one of them, but, like, what is your favorite?
I mean, I really did like the Shino one, just because it was probably the lowest point for Shino in the entire series.
He even's like, I'm not getting left behind this time, and then he gets left behind.
I don't know. I really liked when Choji was thrown into the river and he tried to swim up the stream like a salmon.
And Mecha Naruto uses this big hammer to like hit him like a mallet, you know, like he's like a croquet ball or something.
Shikamaru, actually, Shikamaru's funny because he gets completely fucked up in ways that he should not be able to survive, because he got thrown into the sky and then Mecha Naruto just plows him into the earth.
Like power bombs.
And then when he leaves away, Shikamaru's just got like this goofy look on his face, like, whatever, I probably just broke every bone in my body, but no big deal. Ninja! The other thing that I thought was really funny is there's this one running gag at the beginning where both Naruto and Yamato
my favorite part.
are hanging out in this like little thing that they're carrying him on, and Yamato's getting progressively like sick as the episode is going on, and he's about to throw up all over Naruto's face. And eventually Yamato just disappears out of nowhere, and there's this scene where suddenly you see Yamato using his puke as a projectile to explode into space, and the puke is rainbow colored.
It's like that cat with the what is it, with the Pop-Tart body. You
exactly.
know? It's like he flies through the screen.
It's like at that moment that you're like, okay, they're not going to take anything serious in this special because they just keep showing all the other characters getting beaten. Akamaru,
Kakashi.
Kakashi doesn't even get a single move off. He sees Mecha Naruto unleash all these like big guns all over his body.
He gives up.
And then he just gives up and gets beaten up and thrown into the sky. And you'd think that eventually, when Naruto finally does start, fighting and doing something, that it's going to get serious. And it almost does for like a whole 2 minutes when they try to show us flashbacks of him and Sasuke fighting.
It's kind of forced, almost. It feels out of place. But that's what Naruto does, or the series more so. Whenever Naruto starts getting defeated, he thinks of all of his friends and Sasuke and why he's doing everything. And then they just, use that to power him back up. And that's kind of what happens. We're also skipping one thing. The
Jiraiya?
Jiraiya.
God, they make a fool out of him, too.
Oh, my God. Oh, well, the timeline. That's something else to discuss. This is definitely before Pain Attacks. This is before
this is
Naruto
actually when...
Sages.
It's when Naruto is learning to control his chakra nature and learn the Rasen Shuriken for the first time. This is, we can also assume at this point that Asuma is probably going off on his mission fighting against Hidan and Kakuzu because I think Shikamaru and their team mentioned that at the beginning when they're having barbecue. They're like, oh, Asuma's away right now, but this was on him. So sucks to be Asuma right now, especially because everybody's having a big goofy robot adventure in Konoha and he's getting his shit fucked up.
Yeah, but the Jiraiya thing was so funny because they show up in a snake's body. Like Orochimaru summons them within a snake. It's a lot like Jiraiya's toad. I forget the name of that jutsu, but you can have a toad swallow you and you're inside a toad. But then Jiraiya's like, no, watch this, boom, and then he makes a toad happen inside of the snake, so the snake can't handle it and it throws it up. But then Orochimaru's like, well, then watch this, and then he has the snake swallow them and digest all of them, and then all of a sudden he's like, but they'll come out later as poop, and then poof, poof, poop flies across the screen, and you're like, oh my god, what is this? This is obviously filler. And the last part, which is, then Orochimaru gets defeated.
Yeah, Orochimaru gets defeated, and then it's up to Naruto to go up against Mecha Naruto, who... And this is the part of the special where I'm like, okay, this is just plain stupid. It's... See, Itachi had this plan where he used this genjutsu on Mecha Naruto so that if Naruto, for some reason, decided to bring up Sasuke to his robot counterpart, that he would start to be Naruto's friend, and he even starts to wear him like an Iron Man suit, and they can even see, like, on the inside, it has, like, the same, like, camera that Tony Stark sees. He even has, like, the little, like, face that lifts up and everything. He can fly around just like him, and he does this because he has to fight against this giant mecha version of the Nine Tails. And I was really confused when I saw this, because in the brand new Naruto fighting game, that Nine Tails is actually the awakening of Mecha Naruto, so I thought that they were actually the same character, but obviously the anime special is going to be different from what you see from the game. Honestly, though, even with all the goofiness and all the bullshit, I still think that Mecha Naruto was the highlight of the special, but only because he's a freaking, like, Swiss Army knife of badassery. He has so many transformations and techniques.
At least 5 transformations, unlimited missiles, unlimited... How many missiles did the man shoot? He shot so many.
About halfway through the episode, I was like, is he ever going to run out of ammo by the end of it? I just said, fuck it, he's not. And, he can contort his body in a lot of different ways, have giant Gatling guns come out of his chest, his face transforms and looks all creepy when he starts to take some of the Nine Tails chakra, and he even has lightsabers he can pull out of his head. So that's pretty freaking awesome by itself. But this is just a goofy-ass special, and the way it ended was just... It's obvious by the end scene, you're like, okay, this is not to be taken seriously. This is not canon material, because the episode actually ends with Gaara destroying the Konoha village, because he's pissed because Deidara just appears out of nowhere and is getting under his skin because it's like, hey, I killed you, and then Gaara decides to say, screw Naruto and saving the world, I'm gonna go get my revenge. And then at the end, he just covers the whole village.
And then the end lands on the sand. It's like, that's the other thing. I keep bringing up the graphics, but I think that they were so funny and so well placed. And this episode, to me, was obviously, let's show off Mecha Naruto's moves and movesets and whatnot. Get everyone pumped for using him in the game because he's a character that just came out of nowhere. And one of my biggest things is, I was like, will this feel, yes, it's filler, but will this feel like it belongs in Naruto? And I say yes. It's goofy. It goes on the lighter-hearted side of things, but it's good. And as long as you don't take it too seriously, you'll probably enjoy this episode.
My sentiments exactly. If you're a fan of the Naruto series, definitely check this out. Give it a watch. You're going to get a lot of great laughs, a ton of cameos, but don't take it too seriously, because you're just going to start asking yourself questions like, why the hell is Tsunade not doing anything? Why are they celebrating Naruto being the hero of the village before Naruto becomes the hero of the village? Like, there's a lot of, like, continuity problems and everything, but it's still a lot of fun because you get to see a lot of your favorite characters doing some really wacky things. And I don't know, I still kind of wished they could have kept the tone from the beginning of the episode, because it started out so ominous and crazy, and then it just turned ridiculous.
Slowly sort of deteriorated. I don't want to say deteriorated, but changed.
And it wasn't bad either. Like, on the technical level of things, like, there are some action scenes that are actually really good. But then again, there are some moments that look like complete crap. So it's sort of a give and take in terms of the animation. But, you know, like I said, this is still something that Naruto fans should definitely check out. If you're a non-Naruto fan, you're just going to be scratching your head saying, what the hell am I looking at?
Well, and then as far as rating, we just decided we were not going to rate this.
I don't want to give this thing a score, because it's just... I don't think I could give it a score.
It depends what kind of fan you are. I think this one's a completely subjective episode, so just go watch it, form your own opinions. We're still laughing. We literally stopped it, and we're just like, let's get in front of the camera right now, because that was ridiculous. It was a good episode. I definitely say check it out.
I say check it out, and thank God we're getting back to canon material next week, because...
Ten Tails Jinchuriki time.
Because, I mean, after last week's episode, I mean, how are you going to compete with that?
Thank you guys so much for watching the review this week of the Naruto Mecha Special. It was funny, great, entertaining, and some of your favorite characters got made fun of the whole time, so check it out. And if you guys want to support our channel, make sure and subscribe and thumb up the video. Best way to support us. Thank you.
And make sure to tell us what you thought about this week's Mecha Naruto Special. Remember, guys, you can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll put links for all that stuff in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.